All right, bowl season officially upon us. We are here to break down the Gamecocks and Tigers matchups. USC in the Capital One Bowl against a very good Wisconsin team. Clemson will be taking on a very good Ohio State team. So before we break for the holidays, let's get your three keys to the games for each Clemson and USC. Let's start with the Gamecocks first.
The Gamecocks are in a tough matchup and a tough situation down at the Capital One Bowl. And a lot of folks have said, Corey, why are the Wisconsin Badgers favored in this ball game? Well, I can tell you this. They can flat out run the football. James White, Melvin Gordon, two backs, about 2,800 yards combined rushing, 25 touchdowns. My number one key for the Gamecocks starts on the defensive side of the ball. You must stop the run. Wisconsin, a physical football team. They're going to run the ball downhill. South Carolina showed the ability to not stop the run. I go back to the Clemson game. They had some problems up the middle. McDowell had his field day on the Gamecocks, but Chad Morris got away from the running game, Derek. So my number one key, they must stop the run.
Yeah, you know, it'll be interesting to see. USC's had some problems with, you know, stopping the Wildcat even at times this year. So it'll be interesting to see how, you know, USC is able to stop. You mentioned two guys over 1,000 yards rushing. They're going to have their hands full on that defensive side of the ball. Lorenzo Ward certainly will have to bring his lunch pail for this one. All right, what are some other keys in this
Number two, and kind of the reverse. Your best defense may be your offense. That's Connor Shaw and Mike Davis, two guys that also can run the ball. So what am I saying? That offense of South Carolina must have a very balanced offense, ball control, keep the clock, play keep away from Wisconsin. Keep those guys off the field. Connor Shaw coming off a very great game against the Clemson Tigers. He was the guy that kind of put the nail in the coffin, Derek. So the offense kind of got to play defense, meaning keep Wisconsin, Gordon, White off the football field.
That was certainly a formula for Steve Spurrier, especially against the Clemson Tigers.
Yes.
They have controlled the clock, and they do it very well when they get that run game rolling. All right, last key for the Gamecocks in this one.
Very simple for me. The third thing that the Gamecocks, I'm looking at least, is the coaching. And you say, why coaching? In bowl games, coaching plays a lot. You're going to be down there that play your location about a week, keeping guys bed checked, keeping them from not having such a great time. You want to have some fun, but you got to make sure it becomes a business trip for the Gamecocks. Coaching and also play calling. How will Steve Spurrier call this football game? It's going to be very interesting to me. Or will he call it? Will he give Steve Spurrier Jr. The throttle a little bit? But coaching going to play a huge part in this football game.
All right, there you go. Let's hop in the rental car, drive 4 hours down to Miami.
I hope it's an SUV.
Well, if we're in a compact, we in some trouble, big dog. All right, give me some keys for the Clemson Tigers against Ohio State.
Very simple. You got to stop Braxton Miller. You got to stop Carlos Hyde. You're talking about a running back, that 1-2 punch again offensively for Ohio State. They've been the catalyst for this football team all season long. Clemson on defense, pretty good. Brent Venables done a good job. They're in the top 20 in scoring defense, but they got to focus on stopping Carlos Hyde in the run game and Braxton Miller, because the zone read, that running quarterback, again, I mentioned Connor Shaw, they've had a problem stopping running quarterbacks. Braxton Miller got some legs on him.
Ohio State almost 1 quarter away from playing for a national title.
Yep. Close but no cigars. My number two, they got to protect the football. You can't have a lot of turnovers. Taj Boyd, the last game, big games, Florida State, South Carolina, their quarterback have turned the football over via interceptions, running the football, fumbling the football. You got to protect the football. Ohio State's not too good on defense. Maybe they can exploit Ohio State on defense there, but Taj Boyd must protect the football. And thirdly, they got to be good, I think, on first down. They got to be able to get positive yards on first down so they don't become one-dimensional, because when you become one-dimensional, it's easy for that defense to pin their ears back and come after you. So the Clemson Tigers, whether it be versus the run or a short passing game, be very good, be very disciplined on first down. Win first down, you might just win the ball game.
All right, we'll see what happens after New Year's Day. The Gamecocks looking for another big bowl win. And Clemson, boy, if they get a win over Ohio State, I'll tell you what.
Last year, right?
Exactly. Last year they got up for that LSU game. We'll see if the same happens for the Ohio State Buckeyes. For Corey Miller, I'm Derek Phillips. That's your keys to the game for these 2 bowl matchups.